Today, we are going to make some grass. No, I'm not in Colorado, so it's not going to be that kind of grass. It's our techniques that are so simple and sensible, your mothers have practically built themselves. Hello folks, it's Mad Dog Merv. Well, today should be the start up of school in the Salt Lake City School District, but with this whole COVID-19 thing, well, it's caused a lot of problems for everybody. And what Salt Lake decided to do was they moved the start of school back for 2 weeks to September 8th, and then they decided to go ahead and start up online. So today we are going to go to, because it's the start up of school, we're going to go to my old elementary school. I mean, the one that I used to be the head custodian at. And that would be Beacon Heights Elementary. We're going to go up and kind of take a look at it now. And, well, on today's video, today's show, we are going to look at the beginnings of Beacon Heights, the old Beacon Heights, the one that was my Beacon Heights. So, without further ado, join Mad Dog Merv as we get this echoes from the class, or echoes from the chalkboard installment done of Beacon Heights Elementary. Beacon Heights Elementary, located at 1850 South and 2500 East in Salt Lake City, was built in 1954. Originally, it was a 42,029 square foot building. 4 years later, an addition was put on the upper north end of the building, adding 6 more classrooms. And then eventually, about 1978, 1979, they had a gym added on to the southwest corner of the building to bring the total to that building of 73,588 square feet, making it the largest elementary school in the Salt Lake City system before the rebuild program started in the mid-1980s. The blueprints for the building showed the name of the building was the 2500 East School. So when it was being drawn up, they didn't even have a name then, but it was on the same floor plan as the building that became Grandview. And you've probably seen the Grandview show that I have up here on the channel. Grandview was known as the Connor Street School in its plan, so it didn't have a name until the very end either. But you can see here, it's 1954, and how it looked. It had a beautiful skylight in the foyer area. And those big main doors, those 4 front doors, absolutely gorgeous. The big difference between Beacon Heights and Grandview was in the auditorium area. There were some steps going down, and the steps had those beautiful, beautiful brass railings that you can see here in the foreground. Also down the main hallway, going all the way down the main hallway, there was sets of steps, and they had those railings as well. So here's the main foyer, and you can see the skylight that was originally built in with this building. Now, by the time I became head custodian here, this had all been covered up. But those 4 front windows, 4 front doors, were there when I first got there. They were very beautiful. You had great visibility. They were replaced somewhere along the line while I was head custodian there. This is looking down the hallway towards the kindergarten classrooms. So originally, Beacon Heights, prior to 1958, did not have the addition on the north end, and here it is before any addition was done. So one of the first winters that the building was there, and it's kind of fun to see the the parking area that we knew. Don't know what it was in this picture because it was all covered with snow, but man, quite a winter's day back in the day. So I got there in the summer of 1998, and here's the faculty that I came into. Wonderful, wonderful people, and they became some of my best and closest friends. The next year, for some reason, well, I wasn't in the yearbook, but here in the 99-2000, there I am as the custodian. And again, I just came to love these people because I served them every day for 7 years. In the 7 years that I served as head custodian here, I had plenty of opportunities to get to know the school very, very well. There was an entire underground area to this building. Part of it was used as archives for the school district, and part of it was used as storage for the school itself. In the 2002-2003 school year, there was talk about closing one of the buildings, or two of the buildings, in the Salt Lake School District due to declining enrollment and realigning some boundaries, and Beacon was one of those on the chopping block. However, the decision was made to close the Lowell School and to close Rosalind Heights and to go ahead and rebuild Beacon Heights. So Beacon Heights was to be 2004, the summer of 2004 was to be closed, and they were going to tear it down and rebuild a brand new building, which was pretty exciting. Well, I got to be on the rebuild committee for the new building. And so in the new building, there are some components there that definitely are there because I was on that committee. Things like a window in the custodian's office, and where the custodian's office is located, right next to the back doors to kind of keep an eye on the back end of the building. Also, the dock that was built into the new building. That was because of requests that I had made. And also the design of where the classrooms sit compared to the main office and library area was also something I had an influence in as well. So it was kind of a fun experience. These pictures here are from the summer of 2004. You can see moving trucks. And the school had closed down. They were loading everything up into these trucks and taking them over to the Lowell School because that's where we were going to be relocated for the startup of the next school year. Beacon was going to be there for a year while they rebuilt our building. Some of these pictures are of some of the classrooms with all the boxes in them. Some of the places that I used to hang out and talk with some of my favorite teachers, and used to do a lot of cleaning in these rooms. Here was the last day of school in that 2004 school year, and they're having a field day at this particular time. This was looking out of the balcony area, I called it, but the staircase up to the 6th grade classrooms. And you can see this is looking into the kindergarten area and how Beacon had those stupid windows right at ground level in the kindergarten area. I mean, a ball, just anything, any kid could kick a hole right in the window and break in. So I don't know why it was designed that way. Anyway, here's the old workroom, the teacher's workroom. You can see the Penske truck out there loading up a bunch of things, but I did spend a lot of time in this workroom helping out my friends and my colleagues, and of course my mailbox was in here, so I was in that room every day. A good picture of some of the moving trucks as they would get loaded and they would head out. Of course, by this time my water had all been shut off, and we didn't care about the grass at this point because, well, it was just going to be torn up anyway in a few months. My school sat on a 5.5-acre plot of land, and it was just right, just the right amount of size for me to take care of and do the plowing. Of course, in the wintertime, there was a lot of snow to be removed. They told me one time, they said, pack a lunch whenever it snows because it's going to take you a while. Here I am with some of the office folks, hamming it up the last few days of us being there. We were a tight group, and we sure had a lot of fun while we were at that building. You can see the fire alarm panel there behind the door. Well, this picture was taken for the faculty. It was a panoramic picture that was taken in the spring of 2004. And every member of the faculty got a copy of this. I still have my copy. But this was kind of a memento for us to remember the old building by, and man, who could ever forget that place? Well, anyway, we moved in 2004. We moved to the Lowell School because it had been closed down, and we were going to be here for a year while they rebuilt or while they built our new building. So during that summer, we being me, got it cleaned up and ready to go. Got everybody settled in. We'd gone from one of the largest buildings in the district to now one of the smallest, and our faculty was really close together, and man, what a tight-knit group. But our beautiful new building was completed. for the 2005 school year. And what a magnificent place this thing was. Uh, the foyer was beautiful, beautiful round foyer, beautiful views to the west. The library had beautiful views to the east and the mountains there. One of the neatest things, though I was only here for a few months before I was moved on to Highland High School as the head custodian there. But in 2017, Healthy Schools Campaign, their Green Clean Schools Leadership Summit was held here, National Summit held right here in the halls of Beacon Heights. And what a wonderful time that was for Beacon Heights and for me in my career, and just really had great memories of the place. Thanks for joining us today, folks.